I'm David, and welcome to Happy Turnings. Before I get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to one of my subscribers. His name is Chris Walters. He has his own YouTube channel called The Stuttering Woodturner. Suggest you hop on over there, give him a couple views, let him know what you think. Today, I've got this beautiful piece of what I believe it is to be silvered maple. I'm not 100% sure. I'll need you guys to kind of give me a little bit of feedback as to what you think it is. In fact, let me show you what the bark looks like. This was the bark piece that came off the backside of it there. And if you can kind of help me identify what type of wood this is, I would greatly appreciate it. For this turning, this piece is 9 inches long and about 3.5 inches wide. I'm going to be making more of a traditional type bowl with this. I'm going to clean up quite a bit of this off of here. Well, let's get this rounded and true to lathe, and let's make some shavings.
Now I bring it up to as fast as I can before it starts to get a bad wobble, and then I knock it back from there. We're sitting at about 700 RPM, and this seems fairly stable for me, at least about as stable as I'm going to be able to get it right now. I'll be using my 1/2 inch bowl gouge, and we'll just start getting this piece to the lathe. Now, if you're wondering why I'm jumping from different spots, it's because I'm noticing on the back side that there's different pieces that are still sticking out further than other areas. I'm trying to get as smooth of a line as I can so I can bring my tool rest in and give a shorter distance between my tool and the piece. Keeps it from jumping around too much on there. Even at about 800 RPM. And looks like my glue joint just broke off on me, and we're going to take a quick moment to get this reseated into place, and we'll come on back.
Day 2. Mask and face shield on.
Off to the side. The speed is all the way down. I'm going to slowly bring it up from there so I get a good speed where it's not too wobbly at all. I think we're about 900 RPM. 870, yeah, about 900. I do have a freshly sharpened bowl gouge as well. 1150 RPM. Just got to clean up some end grain and then clean up this bottom part a little bit. I've been slowly creating this tenon here. I'm going to create it a little bit deeper and get this trimmed off a little bit more. And then I'll get this reversed around from there. Concerned about this side right here. It's a little bit lower than the others, so I'm going to go a little bit deeper just to make sure I've got a good hold on all sides here.
Alright, so here we're going to get off our glue block. I've got some hot melt glue on here. I'm going to just create a little opening for a little bit of my denatured alcohol, or I use Everclear personally, but here's what you want there. Just need a little bit to get in there to help start drying the stuff out, and that's what it does. It removes the sticky from it. In there, you see that this guy should start coming off pretty easy here. Sometimes it takes a few moments, but it doesn't take very long. Good luck. There we go.
So 1100 RPM.
Okay, so before I finish up the middle here, I'm going to turn my tool rest to the side, and we're going to finish up the outside here. I want to get the rest of this cleaned up and make sure my rim is good to go before I go and finish out the inside here. So let's get that move around. Just going to clean up some little bit of this end grain tear out here. Maybe round this over a little bit, and then I'll come back and sand it over. Okay, now that we got our tool rest turned around, and to clean up the outside, clean up the rim before I go ahead and finish up the inside here. Mask, face shield, get those on, and we'll get this cleaned up. Again, we're all the way max right now on our lowest belt setting. This is 1650 RPM. Shake, shake, shake. You see where the grain's going to start raising up all over the place here. Which is just fine. Going to let that dry for a bit. We're going to come back and we're going to sand it. So, there we go. That's a lot better. Now I'll come back with the drill sander. Yep, just like that. Just like that. RPM. Not sure if I want to go leave this thick rim or if I want to leave a thin rim. I got to get some better advice. So if I should leave this thick rim on this, or if I should come in and make it a really thin rim. It's all going to get hollowed out more, but should I leave it this thick, or should I bring it in more?
Are you putting anything in there?
I was thinking about doing some decorative, but because of the coloring of the wood and everything, I mean, all of this is going to come out looking. It's going to bring a lot of different colorations and a lot of different figure out with it. What do you think?
I think I would put the brass stuff in.
So should I do it?
Make
Should
a
I
channel.
make a channel in this?
Make it big, leave it big, and make a channel.
And make a channel into it? Okay. And then I'll leave the outside the way it is.
Oh, yeah.
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 So I was thinking about doing another ring right here, but I won't do that with this one. Okay. I'll just do the brass on the inside here.
Yeah, I think that would be nice.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
So I'll clean this up a little bit more, and then I'll do the brass, and then we'll clean that up.
Okay.
Thank you, my honey.
Good brush.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a little channel in on this, right along the rim here. I'm going to clean out the inside more, and I'm going to inlay some brass shavings on this one. And then we'll come back and clean that up a little bit, and we'll see how it all looks at the end. Well, after that break, it got a little bit darker out. That's okay. We should still have enough light to really kind of keep going with this guy for now. I'm going to mark my number 1 jaw since I am going to be taking this off and doing my channel on here. Eventually I will need to reseat this, so I'm going to mark my number 1 jaw. I should have done this at the beginning anyways. I just marked the 2 edges of the jaw on my workpiece, on the tenon. That's what I want to go to put it back. I know where it goes. Okay, let's get the rest of this trimmed out on the inside here. We'll clean up this edge a little bit. Then we will get a channel created here for some inlay as well. Yeah.
Uh, 1650 RPM. So these little wisps of shavings. I like to make sure my hand feels the way that it looks. When I'm looking down in there, I want to make sure that my hand follows the curve of the outside as I feel it on the inside. Kind of helps me determine my depth, and I think I'm pretty darn good with this. Got a fairly thick rim because I'm going to put that edge, that inlay in there. But I think I'm down to where I want to be. It's great. So let's get a little inlay line here. So I am coming at a bit of an angle as well. Any end grain that I may have there shouldn't be straight on. Should be a little bit easier for my my parting tool to get a nice even line on there. My pointed scraper to make the channel I need. Just got a nice little point here. A little bit of depth to it. So I'll use that to make that channel. shavings in there, and along with some super glue. Once that's all sealed and hardened, I will come on back and trim it down flat and clean. And it'll probably be a day or two till I'm come back to taking care of this one. So we'll end it right here for today. And I'll record some of the inlay stuff here for you as well.
Well, I hope this is a bit better view of everything here for you. I've got my large shavings right there. I have some accelerator right here that I'll be using very lightly, and some adhesive. This is more of a medium thick, a medium to a thick bond on this one here. I'm a bigger fan of thin. I've only got a little bit in here, so I'm actually going to start off with the thin, so that way it gets a nice and deep coating inside there. And we'll just see how this turns out from there. I'll go and get some more. So. So I got these pipettes, and I can use this to just, should be able to use this to get this out of here pretty good. We're gonna try. Okay, I left my safety glasses on for a reason. When I go turn this, I want to make sure that these do stay on. I've got it back on the lathe now. It is now quite hard. It feels like a brass grinding wheel, basically. So I'm going to use a carbide cutter to come at it nice and soft, real calm, real gentle cuts. That's what I was trying to look for. Calm, nice gentle cuts, nice and easy is what we're looking for. Okay, anyways, let's get to it. Safety glasses, mask, and face shield, all of it. Don't want pieces of brass going into any orifice for that matter.
I'm going to start with my round carbide cutter. Ooh, maybe you can see that better there. A little bit. Let's start with that round carbide cutter. Just to do some gentle, nice gentle cuts to it to start off with. I have it all the way low. I put it back on my number 1 where it was marked at from before as well. And just to double check, it's nice and tight as well. Once this starts hitting, if it starts getting any wobble or anything, I'm going to slow it down, cut it back, tighten again, and then go from there. I don't expect it to, but with the change of pressure on these things, I like to try to take it as easy as possible. Again, now that I've remounted my piece to the lathe as well, I'm starting off at the very lowest speed. I'm going to step to the side, and then I'll turn it on, and I'll slowly turn it up from there. I'm going to the highest I can, which is actually the max right now for this belt setting. We're at 1650 RPM. Nice easy cut. It's doing it just fine. We'll come in and clean up this inside on this these next passes a bit. See if we can't get some of that out of there. We'll do a couple more smaller passes on this, a little lighter passes. Get some of the staining out of there if we can. We're pretty well as deep as I want to be. I'll come back and I'll sand it down a little bit as well. Let's clean up a little bit more of these edges. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that there. That and some of this inside here as well, along with these spots on the inside. Have some ingrain tear out to clean up in there, but the sandpaper will do that, and it's not very bad at all. This outside I'll need to do a little bit more, but this in here looks really good to me. Once it gets sanded down, it's going to come out nice and bright, I think. So that should be pretty good. Let's get some of this cusp on this rim here, and then we'll go down that outside edge. That should come out, well, some of that's with the, anyways, alright. I think a little bit deeper. Yeah, it's so much better. Alright, so now we'll sand it down, inside and out. The rim is fine, I don't feel any gaps, holes, cracks, no nothing. Let's just get this thing sanded down and we should be a whole lot better off. Starting off with an 80 grit. We're also lowering the RPM here. Going down to about 1,000 RPM. Everclear, Everclear. Well, you need your alcohol, Everclear, whatever you want to use. I like Everclear.
Some safety glasses on. I'm going to put some abrasive paste on here. Maybe Happy Turning's abrasive paste for wood. It does not look like that's going to come focus on that one. Let's put it on one of these down here instead. There you go. How about this guy? Can you see that one okay? There we go. Abrasive paste for wood. We're going to go ahead and use some of this. Okay, well, lost the lid now. That's okay though. We'll get back to it. Anyways, this is what it looks like in the canister. Just a diatomaceous earth, carnauba, beeswax, mineral oil. Diatomaceous earth acts as like an abrasive. The rest of it's going to penetrate and seal the wood a little bit for me. And hopefully this guy should start looking pretty darn nice. Again, start really low. And we'll crank it up from there. Don't need it to be too fast here. Let's do about 650 RPM. Really antsy to see how this is looking right now. See how the colors change as that abrasive paste really started taking in there. You want to go over one little bit more on this outside here. Alright, let's see. Oh, she's a beauty. Oh, she's a beauty. Wow. A little bit of this Novus fine scratch remover. It's like a plastic polish type stuff. Just a little bit, just for this rim here. Lowest setting, tiny bit on a soft buffer cloth. Really does not need much. Got my abrasive paste finished. Inside and out, it's looking gorgeous. As you can see, the colors just popped right out of this thing, which is great. I love it. Anyways, I am going to flip this around. We're going to take off the tenon and finish up the bottom down there.
I'm going to say about 900 RPM here. Mentioned before. I'm going to lower this down a little bit. about 650. Oh, so beautiful. Alright. Not sure if you can see this or not, but I'm going right around the edges of it. Trying to keep it as flat as I can against the bottom that I made flat before, remember that? Right around, we just slowly press into it. Remember, keep pressure away from you. Don't look toward you. I've done it. It hurts. There we go. As you can tell, it went right with the grain right there. That's when I was putting the most amount of pressure with it. I was just using this side and this side to just kind of even it out. But then at the end there, I just went straight in like that. And that came out nice and easy. So. Now, we find our center again, because that did not leave my center mark on there. And then I'll mark that center. I'll drill it, and I will put my medallion on the bottom of it. After that, I will then come through and I will put some Waterlox over this entire piece. And should come off nice and shiny.
Okay, so I got my part for my pen press, blue, medallion ready to go in place. Does not take much. But, okay. What do you think? Looks good? Yeah. Let me know what you think. So let's get some finish on here. This wood's going to be very thirsty. That's okay. We'll put a few coats of finish on it before we're all done for the week. About 24 hours per coat for it to cure before I put on another coat. You'll see that I put it on fairly thick here to start. It's because it's going to eat it up very, very fast. You can tell, but it's already soaking up on the inside here. Okay, I'll put this in my drying rack for the next 24 hours. We'll come back and get some more coats on it. Got one coat on here. I've come back and I resanded the inside here one more time. It took away that ring that had formed from the jam chuck from before. I did put one coat of Waterlox on here from before, and I'm between coats now. So what I do is I take these Scotch-Brite pads, and I will come through and I'll just scuff up the entire outside here, smooths out any of those imperfections that might have any unevenness from the finish at all. Doesn't take much, just a light coating here. Just enough for it to take away some of that shine. You kind of know that it got it good enough there, so it shines away there. Alright, so now that's all set. Fold it over. That's good. Try to keep it as even as possible.